I don't think you can tell Hunger was coaching him, bro. You can clearly see that.
Bro, you really think this 19-year-old chick taught his old ass some shit?
Hey man, you'd be
The
surprised.
BDSA shit,
You'd be
yes,
surprised.
Man,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we could hear
what
you.
the hell?
because that's what the only that's what the only fun bitch.
19-year-old is with a 56-year-old nigga that she got to teach some sexual shit to.
Nah, but you gotta remember.
Because
But
her
look at
only
this,
thing is about that though.
right?
Hey,
And look at this. Remember, now
motherfucker
somebody.
got a Hall of Fame
But
NFL
you gotta
career.
remember bro. You gotta remember somebody taught her, bro. You know what
That
I'm
nigga's
saying?
done some wild shit. You talking about a hall? This is not a social media figure. This is not a media mogul. This is a Hall of Fame NFL type.
Let's use our people reading skills, right? And we're gonna use it on just a 10%. Look at these other niggas. Look at what's his face who be wearing the hats that got the podcast. The other footballer. What's his name? Cam Newton. Look at Cam Newton and look at Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah.
Which one of them you think is more greener when it comes to women? Just keep it a buck.
Oh, no,
Shannon Sharpe.
no doubt.
Fucking exactly, bro. It don't matter if he's a Hall of Famer. Sometimes you're good at football, but you're not good. You green over here.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm
hey,
saying?
Cam Newton also played in a different era outside of Shannon Sharpe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He played in an era before social media, so he just living life the way he usually lived.
That's what
It's
I'm
just
saying.
now
He
you
know.
gotta-
That's what I'm saying. He know how to move. This is what I'm saying. The
Right,
other
yeah.
dude would know more how to move. This nigga is green to this shit, bro.
They still had leather helmets when Shannon Sharpe was playing football.
Now I would
If you
agree
li-
with that. He got.
If you
hit with
listen to
some-
the Funko Auntie, bro, you can tell Shannon Sharpe was like so awkward. You were just awkward. Hey, you want me to choke you in public? Black man choking
Yeah,
white
I
woman.
heard-
Oh, come on, bro.
Her response was so low vibrational, so low level. I was like, she's not even gonna go, yo, what are you talking? Like, what is that? She was like, that's
He
not
didn't even realize that she wasn't even into it because I'm like, bro, it wasn't even
yo,
sexy. It wasn't like,
the racial aspect of it is.
Daddy.
It's
Oh
not
yeah,
good
choke
look.
me.
I
It
was
was
like,
like, yeah, you're gonna choke me now.
What do y'all think about the
Yeah.
about the racial dynamics as far as the court of public opinion goes?
right.
You think that makes it worse?
That does make it worse. That's
I
like
think it makes
Gorilla.
it
That's
absolutely
Gorilla and the little white lady. That do make it
Yeah,
worse.
like
They try to do
when you
with
got the
Kobe.
age gap and the racial
race, bro.
dynamics, it's like, yo, it's like.
And can I
yo.
point this? I just want
That's
to
what they
point
try
this
to.
out. I just
Go
want to
ahead.
point this out real quick. The court of public opinion will crucify you faster than the legal court. So before it even gets to before the evidence and everything is all the way brought out, and before we know all of the situation and all the dynamics of the situation, people already have their minds made up because he's 54 and we see 19. We already like some of us already see that as nasty and not, not cool.
And he's automatically not given the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Man, how
remember
many
that
like
shit.
videos you see Monique saying, I told you not to like talk to them young girl, whatever Monique was saying to
Bro,
him.
that's
And the
not
hell with
illegal.
Monique.
Y'all are tripping, man.
This
She be
woman, she said, homeboy grape her on September. Some way, somehow, she went to go see the nigga again 2 months later.
Right. And traveling with the nigga, all types of shit. That's
Out of town.
That's, I'm like, I'm not going back.
25,
you feel real
25,000
safe
each.
around your you feel real safe around your
There's
grape.
a
You know what I
piece
mean?
somewhere in the background. It's a piece somewhere in the background. There's a whole piece somewhere in the background.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't be surprised a chick is 19 and doing sex work. I wouldn't be surprised she got somebody managing her. You know what I'm saying? That's like most
Yeah.
people that young don't just pick up that shit just like out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Right.
check this out though, right? Check this out. Like, look over the course of history. When have you ever seen somebody career over or canceled over a civil suit?
Shannon Sharpe is not going to be canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
he's
can't
gonna
answer
lose.
it because it ain't happened. That's what I'm
No,
saying. He's not gonna be canceled.
he's gonna lose
not.
money, but he's gonna
Right,
lose money,
right,
but he's not
right.
gonna be gone forever.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Exactly.
He's
It
not.
might
That's
take
like
a
you
little
said,
while to
right,
get
the
his
same
They say
thing
the
will
same
Now, if it
thing.
was a man, now if it was a nigga, you know what I'm saying? That shit,
Nah,
They
criminal
say
that shit
the
would have
same
been
thing.
hard to come back. You know
criminal
what I mean?
charges can ruin you, but I've never seen civil ruin someone.
Now,
Yes,
civil
just out
suit is
of
more about your reputation and your bread. It's not, you know what I mean?
yes,
right,
yes,
right, because
yes,
just like
just out of
Jonathan Majors,
YouTube.
Jonathan Majors lost that Marvel deal. He lost that Marvel deal, but he still
We,
I mean, he's still
That was
relevant and significant.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
in
You
the
could
media and
still
things like that.
survive.
He can
Yeah,
still
Shannon Sharpe
he's not
got
completely canceled though. But
just
as
out
far
of
as
YouTube.
right, as
Go
far
ahead,
as
go
like
ahead. I'm
being
sorry.
on I'm sorry. As far as like being on Disney or ABC or ESPN, anything like that, they'll probably cut ties with him. But as far as the podcasting and YouTube and the internet and things like that, he's going to thrive. He's going to keep.
That's what I'm about to say. He got 2 channels that he made millions of dollars per year. He's going to be good.
They gonna find the old like slave movie from the beginning.
No. Wait a minute. You know he could still live in. He could still survive in the hip hop world because they're not gonna. It's not like if it was a dude. If he got caught doing some rainbow activities, then he probably, you know what I'm saying, it'll probably be harder for him. But I don't think it's so much avenues outside of mainstream movie media and shit like that. Like this nigga wasn't even an actor in the first place. Like he's what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? His shit not gonna change crazy like that, you know what I mean?
Y'all do know Disney is not gonna drop him over a civil suit.
But the image, bro, Disney will drop him based on the image, I think, because they got an image to
over
uphold.
a civil suit. I'm just being real.
If he settles, I think they will drop him. I think he got to see this whole case through, bro. He got to find himself innocent, bro. That's if he found guilty, ESPN will let him go.
I personally think
definitely.
even with
ESPN is owned by Disney, yeah.
Right,
I know, and I don't think they're going to drop him over a civil suit.
They're not going to drop him.
If he pleads guilty, they gotta do something. If he pleads guilty,
you're not found guilty in a civil suit. You're found liable.
Right,
bro.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
they're
gonna get him on some type of other loophole with his contract. They're gonna say you're not good for the brand, or you're not good for the image.
They got morality contracts, yeah. And Disney is a family-friend brand.
That $100 million deal, they need Shannon on there for those ratings. They're not gonna drop him.
Bro, you're bugging, but his reputation, bro. His reputation. Bro, you bugging, bro. His reputation.
Yeah, for real. Nobody's bigger.
Some Pirates of the Caribbean.
They can prop up another ex-NFL player.
Exactly.
Nobody is bigger. Nobody's bigger than the brand. Nobody's bigger than the brand. They will let the man go, man. Okay.
Bet 1,000.
Somebody else up.
That's why I would just say anybody that disagrees, bet 1,000.
You're saying bet 1,000.
Bet 1,000 right now on live stream.
But
when the case gets closer.
Didn't Disney let Johnny Depp go?
ESPN does not.
Yeah, like man, this man is bugging. I want to bet your toes.
They ain't gonna keep a man with a whole great found guilty or liable in their network, bro. Like use your head.
I'm not gonna argue. I want to bet 1,000.
You want to argue? You just want to bet.
I respect your opinion, your stance on it, but I honestly feel Disney, they have a wholesome family image and a brand to maintain.
Exactly.
They are not going to sacrifice themselves on the likes of Shannon Sharpe. They are not
going to go to court.
They threw Johnny Depp under the bus. They're not gonna hesitate to throw Shannon Sharpe.
And Johnny Depp's a way bigger star, way bigger
money magnet.
They dropped his ass.
Going to court. He's going to settle outside of court, and that's what's going to happen because that would be the best bet for him. I don't think he's going to go to court on some I think I'm innocent because he sat there on live saying that what he liked to do. So he going to just settle, and then it's going to be over with.
That part. Not do I believe
didn't ESPN fire Paul Pierce or was that Fox? He was messing with some strippers, some shit like that.
I'm not sure. I gotta
it was Paul Pierce because Paul Pierce currently works for Fox. He currently works for Fox.
So Paul Pierce got fired from ESPN then, right?
Yeah, well, he don't work at ESPN now. He's working for Fox right
now. So the Crash Show Jack, he said, man, wait, this is a different one. So the Crash Show Jack with a $10 super chat, he said, hey, someone said this was payback for Cat Williams' interview. Hollywood fuckery. Like when they wanted Jonathan Majors out. They didn't protect him like they did the big actors. Shouts out to Cosby. Appreciate you for the motherfucking super.
Damn. Hey.
Crash Jack also said, "Man, you telling me I can sue a bitch every time she try and make me eat the box? Damn. I hope not, bro. And I can call it SAAO. I'ma let a chick ride me hard and come up on a bag. I hope you do. You know what I'm saying? If my advice is seek out Oprah Winfrey.
What more do you want from me?
Don't be blowing me up, nigga. I ain't getting up. If it ain't about the money, ain't no use to you ringing my line. Stop wasting my time.
Where's my money? It's right here. Right there.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I think that court of public opinion shit is crazy, bro. Because
But
like
the thing is,
once them
go
niggas
ahead.
bury you,
Yeah,
even if you found innocent, is hard. As a matter of fact, when this man found innocent, a good 20% of the people not even gonna know it. Type. Some people don't follow up these shit. You know what
You
I'm saying?
still
That
did
shit
it.
is- Yeah,
They're
that
gonna
shit
say,
is
"See, you still
unfair as
did
fuck.
it."
But here's the
But
deal,
the
right? Check
thing,
this out though. Blanco, but she's got Busby. Busby ain't no damn trial or whatever lawyer. He's a settlement lawyer. Let's keep it real. This is about to go away. NDA done. I give it like 2-3 weeks. This ain't going to court.
I don't know. I think it's gonna take way longer than this. He already took the 6 months leave, the little break that he took from his job. So most likely that come from his lawyer. Like, hey, fam, this gonna take about between 4 and 6 months to resolve. Court moved
And,
real slow. The
and
only
hold
people that moved fast was because JC lawyer, Alex Spiro, that nigga's a monster. He's the best lawyer in the country. He made shit move.
and hopefully they don't find any type of loopholes to where he can't practice in their state like they did in New York, because
JC.
he couldn't even practice in New York. That's why he had to drop that Diddy suit and all of that. So it's kind of coming off as, for me, it's coming off as Tony Busby. He's an ambulance chaser. He just wants his
He
name
is.
in the headlines for clout. So it's like, is he really credible? I understand he passed the bar, and he's a lawyer, certified lawyer, whatever. But am I really taking him seriously? No.
He's a
You know what's
settlement lawyer.
crazy with
That's what he does.
Shutter? You know what's crazy,
Make a
bro?
deal.
Tony Busby got famous by putting a case. He found 20 something holes to put a case on that nigga Deshaun Watson when he was playing with the Houston, right? That's a quarterback, right? With the massage and shit. That nigga Shannon Sharpe was talking mad spicy about Deshaun Watson. Like, oh man, you shouldn't be doing the wrong thing. You only apologize because you got cubbed. This is like, you can actually Google this shit, right? Like the article. Oh man, you gotta know how to move right. You the quarterback, you the face of the franchise. The same lawyer turned around and put a case on him 5 years later, bro. That's crazy, bro.
That's why, bro. The same people you see going up the ladder is the same people you see coming down the ladder, bro. And you gotta be careful how you moving with people, because the same shit. I didn't know that shit. I didn't follow Shannon Sharpe back then.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I feel like he's, even though I know he's from a different era, he's from a different lane, and social media wasn't that prevalent then, this, that, and the third. I feel as though Shannon Sharpe, he has kids older than this girl that he's dealing with. They know about social media. He knows about it a little bit. I feel like he's playing a little more, naive and a little more dumb than what he's saying, because you know what it is.
I mean, he did leak that thing live, that live IG thing. You know what I'm saying? Which I didn't thought it was.
Hey, that's a hoax. Did y'all check out the
yeah.
Tasha K interview with the real Michelle?
No, I didn't.
Oh no,
Check it out. It's on her website. Check it out. She had an interview with the real Michelle. That was a hoax.
Okay.
Allegedly,
like a cover
allegedly. It was
what
an
is it,
alleged
like a cover
hoax.
up? Like a cover
It
up.
wasn't real. Like, okay, so the real Michelle is his ex-girlfriend from like 12 or 13 years ago. She claimed Shannon, this is what he do. The same thing he was doing with this young Caucasian woman is the same thing he was doing with her. She wasn't feeling that. Granted, she could just be a woman scorned or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He might have just did whatever and dropped her. But yeah, she said Michelle, she's his ex. She don't mess with him. And he just made that up. That was a publicity stunt because you got to go through things to go live on IG. So you can't really just like accidentally go live on IG. So come on. And then when you in the act of that, like how you just accidentally go live on IG, like it's just too many steps. So that's pretty much what they was talking about. But check out the interview and y'all can decipher it yourselves. It's on Tasha K's website.
Okay.
I forget the web address.
I believe it's TashaK.com, I believe.
Or unwind with TashaK.com, I believe. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's just crazy. And it's just like who was Royce with? That basketball, what's his name? It's like he had a whole underworld. Dwight Howard. He had a whole different lifestyle that we weren't privy to, and she had to air him out and expose him to Santa Third. I just think Shannon Sharpe is into some real freaky stuff, and now he's being outed for it. So now he's trying to save face in the Santa Third. And again, he might have, I guess had an agreement with her, or maybe paid her a certain amount, and now she's like, I want more.
Honey, I heard all them basketball players be having like freak parties.
Of course.
But the thing is, when you're talking about civil law, see, this is why a lot of these things don't hold up in criminal court, because it's not illegal to be a freak. But in civil law, whatever, hey, somebody can have pain, suffering, and emotional trauma and all of that other stuff, and they got to pay you for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And their
for their freaky shit. Yeah, I'm just, that's how civil law works. Just like, it made somebody feel a certain way or whatever, shit like that. You can get bread for that shit.
But that is weird that she didn't call like the police when he did. She kind of made it like it was a grape. The way that she
I was just gonna say
yes
that.
and no. Yes and no. Look, I don't like that statistic because they say more often than not, victims of grape do not report it immediately. Doesn't mean that.
Well, no, she actually literally said that it was like she didn't want to do it. She was claiming she was raped and refused backdoor action. And then bottom line is that he just did it anyway. So
do you honestly believe that's how it went down?
That's what she's saying. That is the allegation.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that's how it went down, but that's what she's saying.
That's what she's saying. Right.
So,
Cause she did y'all hear? I'm not sure if she
and it was. You know what I said about this?
I personally don't even like the word grape here. I prefer the word like violated. Like you got violated.
What he said about this is that women actually get grape out there, bro. You see what I'm saying? That actually happens to them, and this whole is making a mockery out of this shit. You know this whole is fucking lying, yo.
I wouldn't just make that. I would never just say
and my bad, my internet connection is kind of fucked up. I'll let y'all go ahead and finish off real quick, and I want to get into the Sinners movie for those who've seen it up here, and it's gonna be a little bit spoilers too. You know what I mean? I'll try to not. As a matter of fact, we'll say spoiler alert if we about to spoil anything. But y'all go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is that it's easy to say, okay, well, because she didn't report it or whatever, that it didn't happen, but there's a reason why she's coming out and saying something happened, and who knows exactly why she felt like that it was.
For a check.
Well, I got about 50 million.
Enough money.
I can give you 50
million money off of him the whole time. Why would she just stop her money flow and then try to do this? Because that stops the money flow.
But Genesis, if somebody wait a minute, yeah. If somebody grape you, if somebody SA'd you, you're gonna still continue to take money from them?
Right.
Ain't your safety more important? That's a shakedown. Come on.
That sounds a little weird. That does sound a little bit.
I definitely wouldn't spend time with them.
Right. And when
that audio,
the civil suit doesn't say that she's concerned for her safety. These are punitive damages. You're getting pain and suffering. Like, I don't think y'all understand the difference between this and the criminal case. Like, she feel a certain type of way. She was violated.
No, I understand.
I'm just saying that's the case they gonna make in civil court. It's not about, I don't feel safe. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It was forced. Nah, I thought we was doing one thing, and then he did another.
But hold on,
Feel
but
violated. I really didn't know how to
that
feel.
part. I understand that part.
Did you hear the audio when she said no means no, Shannon? She said I said no. And she said no means no, Shannon. Even though I felt like that was like a propped up statement that she made.
That's coaching.
And what did he say? What did he say?
I didn't hear the response that he said because the audio was so chopped up. To me it was chopped and screwed.
But let me ask you this, Mel. Did he know it was being recorded?
I believe not at all.
Of course not.
Of course, I believe not at all. Because and then the way
spliced,
the way it was spliced together, it was spaces in between. There was white noise in between.
And why was she recording it anyway? It sounded like this was a setup from the jump.
That's what I said. She was a setup from the jump because I said, why would you even record him? I said, now, are you whoever, again, if you're like in an intimate situation with somebody, whether it be serious or not, or just casual, who records your conversation with somebody unless you want to hold on to that information for later use?
Exactly.
Tony Busby.
Yeah, that part. That part.
That's why he probably even sicked her. What if he sicked her on Shannon from the jump? That would be a plot.
Yeah, did he actually lose the P. Diddy case? Like, is he still on that case?
No, he can't. No, he can't practice in New York.
Yeah,
he can't practice.
So, do you think he got off that and then jumped on this? Where is she at in Las Vegas? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, he got a full docket.
Oh yeah,
he got a whole full docket. Trust that.
But the thing is it's looking like, for me, it's looking like Tony Busby is an ambulance chaser when it comes to black celebrities and black men, because it's like, where did you come from all of a sudden? And I was hearing, again, allegedly, these are rumors, that he has like a sleazy reputation. He practices out of Texas, I believe. And he's
from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, and he has a bad reputation out there for being like, like a sleaze bag. But I'm just like, and again, both the Diddy and the Jay-Z case were dropped. And I felt like when Shannon Sharpe mentioned that, he targeted Jay-Z, you tried to rope Jay-Z in it to go, well, Jay-Z case didn't work, so I'm good too. No, you're a whole different story. You got to prove your stuff and get your evidence together too. Don't rope Jay-Z in that.
Word.
Yeah, don't do that.
But it is a good strategy to show that the lawyer's credibility.
Show his credibility. Right, you trying to discredit him. I get where he was going with it, but I was just, being in New York, I'm sorry, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I don't like all that. Don't be trying to rope Jay-Z into no nonsense. I'm sorry, I'm a little concerned.
No Jay-Z slander, no Jay-Z.
Yeah, don't know Jay-Z slander over here. Now, Diddy is his own story. Yeah, I'm like, Diddy.
So you disown Diddy. You deported Diddy from New York.
I'm claiming Diddy.
New York's a big place, dog. Hey, Harlem, Brooklyn, two really different places.
And not to mention upstate, there's a whole nother monster.
I went to school in
Brooklyn. We don't count. We don't count upstate.
New York, yes, but I'm Brooklyn all the way, every day, all day. But
for real, Blanco, that shit might as well be Canada.
We don't claim upstate. Upstate's like Canada.
Buffalo been proving himself lately.
I was definitely 15 minutes away from Canada, but I'm Brooklyn all the way to the heart. Don't ever throw dirt on Jay-Z name. Diddy can go over there. He's from Harlem. He can stay over there. I don't care. But don't do that to Jay-Z. That's all I know.
Now, anybody seen that Sinners movie?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but I did.
What's that? You be watching movies? I need a site, man.
I'm going to post in the back because I want to.
Can you send it to my DM, please?
IG.
I actually went to the movie to see it. Y'all should go to the movies.
Well, congratulations to you and your rich ass. God damn, man.
Thank you.
Like, we've been buying bootleg DVDs since fucking the early 2000s. Come
on. Hold up. DJ, you still got a DVD player?
Bro, don't try me.
Yeah, you still play.
Y'all need to support the black director and go to the movie so he get his credit at the box office, y'all.
But we making the movie lit. Look, we making the movie lit still because like we making it more people want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I would have released my own movie on some bootleg. You know what I mean? Because it's
on Tubi.
On Tubi, yeah, fuck it.
Now, Bubba Fire Stick, y'all go ahead and go to the movie theater, y'all.
I don't think people use
Go
Fire
on a-
Sticks no
go on
more.
a Tuesday.
DJ Genesis, the new smart
Hey,
TVs.
DJ Genesis,
you
we
don't
got
need a
home
Fire
theaters now. Facts.
Yeah.
I have a
You don't
home
need a-
theater too, but you know what? Y'all gotta support the black director in his box office smash.
Yeah,
We got home theaters now, 80-inch
Listen,
television.
they said that he only sold like 40 million in his first like weekend.
I
And
was
everybody's like, "Oh, that didn't mean nothing." They're like, "Oh, yeah."
And that's what I was gonna talk about, Genesis, because I actually I did a live on that, and I was talking about that on Variety magazine. They kind of did like a backhanded comment when it came to the review of Sinners, and because it was a predominantly black cast in somewhat of an all-white genre, which is the horror genre. You know, they was like, okay, it took 90 million to make the movie, but they only grossed 61 million. And I'm like, in the first weekend, that's actually phenomenal because they did 2/3 of what they put out. So again, by the time
and
that
keep
movie,
it a being a lot of horror movie. Come on, horror movies is getting kind of stale. That shit.
Hold up. Let me explain. Movies in general is what it is. You really can't go by box office. Now, these movies usually, because of marketing, they have to double their budget just to break even.
Right, exactly.
Like for real. So when you only gross 2/3 of it, it's going to go down week by week. So that's it. All they can hope for is the streaming and stuff like that. But chances are they're gonna take a loss on this. You know, they're gonna take a loss on it. That would be a failure.
Who's seen it on the panel? Giz
Just by the numbers, it is a failure.
Right, no, that part I get. I'm
just saying, like as far as money, that's gonna lose money. If it's got a $90 million budget, they're usually gonna say you're gonna have to gross about $160, $170 just to break even.
Just to break even.
It's not even done in the actual. It's only one weekend though. How could it like?
But in the first weekend, it's not gonna get more next weekend. The opening weekend is supposed to be.
The opening is where you get the most money. DJ Genesis. Well, in a short span of time. If you're talking longevity,
long term, right?
They might, but
now more movies are coming out.
Wait a minute, and there's series make more money on the long term end, but when it comes to like these movies nowadays, like you right, and if people ain't going to see that in the movies,
right,
them niggas is barely making their bread back.
Most of them are losing money. Most of them are losing money. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Most of the movies that are coming out,
because again, we have streaming services, Netflix and other streaming services. So people are not really. And again, I really don't either, because in New York City, to go to the movies is like the ticket is $20. The food itself is another $20. That's like $40 just to see a movie one time, when I could pay for a Netflix subscription $10 a month or $12 a month, and I could see that movie over and over and over until they take it off. That's
I got pirated sites. I got pirated sites, like straight
allegedly.
No, I don't got those things.
I just posted a hookup in the back end. I just posted
Good looks,
a hookup.
Good looks, bro. Good looks.
Make sure you got ad blockers though. Ad blockers.
Okay,
the ad blocker.
I'm quick on
y'all wrong.
Pop-ups being aggressive, bro.
So the sugar bum Mel sugar bum in the chat says she like your accent, and I don't think she on no rainbow shit. She just
no, thank you. I appreciate it. No, people tell me that because I'm from New York. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And just to let you know, she don't really like nobody. She's our resident hater, so that means a lot that she fucks with you.
Oh, thank you. Well, then I feel honored. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate that.
So the Crash Show Jack, he said, wait, just audio. I think you behind Crash Show Jack. He said, wait, just audio. That's sketchy. Even Joe Rogan talk about people making whole entire fake podcasts using hours and hours of footage and using his voice to make him say, yeah, that AI technology, like right now, we done said enough words for them to clone our voice and say anything with it, because we done said all the vowels, all the consonants by now. Let's let young Reyes to the stage.
Hey, what's up?
What's good, bro? And just before you say anything, let me you say what?
No, I said, hey, what up? I'm doing good, man.
Oh, you say you're good. I thought you said something else. Appreciate you for joining us, and appreciate you, Crash Show Jack, for the motherfucking super chat. Let's go.
Oh, I'm broke, baby.
Don't be blowing me up, nigga. I ain't getting up. Ain't no use to you ringing my line.
appreciate you, bro. So what y'all thought about the movie? Genesis ain't seen it. I don't. Damn. I don't like. I don't like spoiling movies and shit. But goddamn, why you take so long to watch the movie Genesis? What the fuck, man?
Well, I already seen it. Shit, I saw it last night.
Oh, you end up watching it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I
okay.
said me and my daughter watched it.
What y'all think? What y'all think is some messages that you found in the movie?
That they know how to do some real good fake blood.
Oh my god.
That
Anybody else?
blood, that blood
Anybody
is
that's
fake
sober?
blood.
Any sober minds?
Hey, I've come to the conclusion that that Shannon Sharpe's chick is the new sugar bum.
Bro, we
You know
talking
what?
about
Let me tell you
Sinners
something.
movie. Sinners.
My bad.
I was mad about. Okay, so what do you think about the fact that the Asian was the one that actually like blew up the whole spot when she got mad about
Man, that
her
pissed me
daughter?
off. I was like,
Oh
damn
my
it,
god, I
Grace.
wanted to like fucking kick that bitch's ass at the end. Like, what the fuck?
Man, you only had like a few more hours, and you know what I'm saying? Everything would have been
Right, just
straight.
wait, chill, bitch.
You know what? You know what pissed me off?
How does that
You know what pissed me off
store?
when the one chick, the mixed girl, when she went out there to deal with them people.
Man.
It's like,
But
yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you know what?
okay,
That's a significant thing, right? Yeah,
yes.
Rick, you're right. Sinner is it is a racial movie to a certain degree because it shows that when black people commune together and having their thing, having a good time, and you let other people in, sometimes
Yes.
that's what happens and shit. And that's what that movie looked like. You know what I mean? It looked. Don't get me wrong. It had the Asian people that was already done with the peoples and shit. They was already invited to the cookout, but it was sketchy about certain other people. At first, they didn't even want the mixed chick to come in. They smelled trouble, you know what I'm saying? And then she was the one that went to the people because you could tell because she just like a lot of our mixed brothers and sisters, they have empathy for our side, but they still have empathy for the other side that they mix with. Because to be fair, they're not just one thing; they're a mixture of different things. So she empathized with the people more and went out there to check them out to see what they got going on. And then they fucking, you know what I'm saying? The shit went left without spoiling it too much. The shit went left, you know what I mean?
No, that's a really good point. And you remember when like it pretty much was like they were at a standoff, right?
Mm.
They were outside, you know, they had got a significant amount of them, right? And like the leader of the everybody knows it's a vampire movie, right?
Mm.
Okay. I'm just like, damn, I'm trying not to spoil it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, spoiler alert from here.
Okay, yeah,
From here
spoiler
moving
alert.
on, it's gonna be spoilers. You know what I'm saying? Just so we could comfortably chop it up about the movie. Go ahead, y'all got it.
Okay. So when the vampires were standing outside, you know what I'm saying, and the surviving ones were standing on the inside. You remember when the lead vampire was like talking about, you know, like because what they were saying, they had like this little saying, like, you know, we can live together in harmony or something. I can't remember what they were saying, but it's almost like it was like describing the whole like integration stuff. And he was like, you know, every time you guys try to build something or have something for yourself, you know, they take it, they burn it down, they blah, blah, blah. This is the only way. Like, I was just like, whoa.
That is wild.
You
right
need
there.
to join with us because
yeah,
you know, if you join with us, then we can like come together and make something
But you know what though? That is how black people relate to other minorities from identifying with struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's how we relate to other minorities. Most like look at the Irish. The Irish, they wasn't always white. They had to be blessed into being white. You know what I'm saying? Later on. So a lot of times black people identify with other people that go through hardship. You know what I mean?
Here's the question.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
thought
kind of
that
like
all the
part of the
people had.
downfall, though.
I thought that all the black people had escaped. Remember, everybody ran out and they escaped, and
Yeah.
then come to find out they all was dancing.
Oh,
with
I know they didn't escape. Soon as I see all them run out, because I watch so much vampire movies, I understand a vampire can't come in unless you invite them, etc., etc. When I see all them ran out, I was like, nah, they fucked.
Yeah, because a lot of them, especially back in those days, they was on foot, so they had to walk back, you know, to wherever they came from. So yeah, they was
all
done.
them people had cars though. All them had
Yeah,
cars.
but them vampires was flying.
They didn't all
That
have
nigga-
cars.
That nigga was flying. There's no cars, no horse. You know what I mean? You're not getting away from that nigga.
Because even like that's what the vampire said in the first place, talking about like, oh, we walked all the way from, blah blah blah, like trying to get them, to convince them to let them in so they can spend some money and do this, that, and the third, because they walked all this way. They was like, yeah, you're gonna have to walk your ass back off back up the road.
And I liked how Michael B. Jordan played two different polarizing characters and shit. Because one of them, he was willing to take the bread, but the other one was like, look, man, all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? One of them was more disciplined and more militant, and the other one was a little bit more like easy going type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's the one that got caught up though.
yeah, that's usually
The
how
one
it
that was
goes.
easy going was the one that got caught up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
He was like more the hot hit. Because he didn't like what they was like, and that was crazy. They was paying with wooden nickels. I was like, nigga, what? And it was like, we can't do nothing with this money. Like,
Right.
it was like, we can't do nothing with this. You know what I'm saying? We need paper. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of the backlash from this movie comes from white people being painted as the villains, and not just villains, like
Right.
vampires, like not
Right.
even just some human shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
As they painted-
Metaphysically bloodsuckers. I
You
get
feel me?
right,
I
right.
get where you're going with it, because that's the point I was trying to make when because I when I did a live and I was talking about the review that Variety magazine did. And again, most black people I know don't read Variety, but the article that they painted, or the title that they painted, was like, it cost 90, but they did 61 million, but it really cost 90, it really cost 90. So it was like that, it wasn't really all that great anyway. But for a predominantly black cast in a genre that's really not, that we really don't frequent that much. Like, black people don't make no horror movies. Like, let's be clear. Like, let's
Yeah.
be for real. We don't really be in the horror genre. But for it to be an independent movie, from a black producer and a predominantly black cast,
Mhm.
it grossed, at least it did well, or did okay. Even if the numbers are gonna go down, at least did all right. Compared to Scream, or all the other, Get Out, and all all them other type of horror
You know,
movies and things like
you know
that.
this thing. I like that. I like that is starting to have like a new genre horror, like that
Right,
black horror movie, because
right,
this
right,
shit here, Lovecraft Country.
right.
What
That
was the
was
other
so
one?
good.
Them? Was it them?
Yeah.
Them. I like that
No,
shit because it shows what black people are afraid of. Like low
was
key,
it Us?
we gotta
Right.
on. Oh, it was us. Low
It was
key, we
Us.
do gotta
Yes,
underline fear of
yes,
white folks. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Going on
yes.
camping trips alone and like,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
in the woods and all that. They don't like stuff, but they don't like that we are really. And again, I'm not a fan of horror movies. I'm not gonna lie. Just me personally, I'm not a fan of horror movies,
I
because
love
again,
horror movies.
I live in New York City, so I wake up every day and I got some stuff to be scared of in my real life. I'm not paying to go get scared for real on purpose. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, that's crazy to me. But to support my people, I will try, because I like Michael B. Jordan. But I'm just saying, like, again, as a coach, I feel like, and again, I don't want to speak for everybody. I just feel like, for me, on my side, my perspective, I just think we don't really run out to horror movies and horror films like that to be scared on purpose, because we already have a lot of anxiety and fears as a coach here in real life. So it's like, okay, damn, just give us our props and be like, okay, we did all right. So they were comparing the movies, like, to their white counterparts, and saying, had Jennifer Aniston or Ben Affleck, or you know, you know, uh, whoever else, any other white actors, top paying white actors, had this been a predominantly white film, would Variety magazine have given it a better review, or shine a better light on it to say, oh, this is a great movie, this is the summer thriller, or this is going to shake you off your seats and all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just giving those buzzwords, and just giving those great reviews that they give to white movies and white horror movies. Like, did they shade us because it was a black cast? So that's kind of what I was going with that part.
I think they shaded because it's the black cast, but just based on the nature of the movie. Because like this movie is a different kind of horror movie from a black perspective versus from somebody else. Because like it's stuff that is like stuff that we really scared of, like getting lynched. You know what I'm saying? Most black people won't jog in their own neighborhood after dark because they ain't trying to look like they just robbed somebody or some shit. So it's like it's certain underlying fears that we got that they've been put into the forefront in these black horror movies. You know what I mean? Ain't no, I never seen no shit like none of these shit like Lovecraft Country.
Right.
No, I never seen shit like that before. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's
Have you
dope.
guys heard about how the Mexicans and like the Latinos are mad because they were not in the movie, and they're like,
No, but look at this. The
No,
man,
I
why would they be mad? And the man give props, and he said that the movie he was inspired by the Latino movie. Was it Dawn of the Dead? Was
yeah,
it?
they're saying that it was a remake of that,
No,
and
the man said he would look every movie in. Come on, man! All of these movies is inspired from.
Tarantino.
If I'm making horror movies,
Till
nine
Dawn.
times out of if I'm making horror movies, 9 times out of 10, I'm a fan of horror movies growing up
Right.
because that's the genre. You know.
Right. So it's definitely not. You know, what I mean, you're gonna get an inspiration from somebody or somewhere. But I didn't see Dawn of the Dead either, so I can't, comment.
Oh no,
on
Dust Till Dawn. It's called Dust
Yeah,
Till
Dust
Dawn.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Dawn.
my
My
fault.
fault. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
I
didn't
didn't
see.
even see that until they but when they pointed out, then I could see the similarities. But without they saying that, I wouldn't even notice that shit.
Yeah, they were mad. Like, okay, well, y'all had Asians in the movie. Why didn't y'all have more Mexicans? I'm like, dude, was Mexicans in Mississippi back in like the 1820s?
Exactly.
Well, then, and again, like shit, damn. I mean, look at the type of times that we living in now. Shit, are they even more Mexican? Are they Mexican actors now to even play these parts? God forgive me, but let me be quiet. Let me mute.
But it did have some native Indians in there. They was hunting the vampires too and shit.
Yeah, I saw them. I was like,
Well, what happened to them? They should have incorporated that shit more because
I know. I wish they would have.
Yeah.
I low-key wish this shit was a series because I fuck with it to where
Oh,
I
it is
think
a
this.
series. It's a series.
What is a series?
The movie's a series. You didn't see how did you like wait until after the credits ran and they had like the second part, the third part?
Oh no, I don't mean like
No.
sequels. I don't mean like sequels. I mean like an actual series, like season 1, season 2.
Oh,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah, it's gonna be a sequel though because the those two people like still are
Like
alive.
how they say there was gonna be a sequel for what you call it? Because they canceled. I think they canceled Lovecraft Country and that other movie.
Damn.
They canceled Lovecraft. Oh my god, that's
Yeah, they was coming out with a season 2, and that was my shit too. Like I fucks with that shit. I probably need to.
So they
do a
canceled
review.
because that guy. What happened to him?
Probably.
I think they talk. I heard some talks about it not making enough bread, and then. But I know what time it is.
That
Though.
was a
I
good
already know
show,
what time it is.
man. I like that a lot.
You know, another one I loved was the one, the American Gods, and then that because that one,
Yes,
and how they like got rid of his character, and you know what I found out? He was writing all the characters.
Mm.
He was pretty much writing scripts for everybody. I'm like, bro, they got rid of him, and you ain't hear no more about that. So,
I want to play for y'all some people reaction to that movie though. This is like a compilation of because it's not only the like racist people have an issue with it. A lot of strong conservative Christians they have a problem with the movie, and I don't like. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
the movie's called Sinner, so I don't know what you expect to see, but you know,
right? Why would you go to a movie called Sinners and then start to critique
and
it?
then be mad, right?
I want to see this because they had like some hoodoo in it. And they're
Sinners
like,
movie, y'all. Not because
Oh, you're gonna see, and just let me know whenever y'all wanna chime in. It's not that long of a video, but anytime you wanna chime in, we could stop the video.
walked out on the Sinners movie, y'all. Not because it was a bad movie, but because it was too heavy on me spiritually, and I didn't.
So she's saying she walked out of the movie because it was too heavy on her spiritually. Let's go.
Walked out on the Sinners movie, y'all. Not because it was a bad movie, but because it was too heavy on me spiritually, and I did not realize it was gonna be that heavily spiritual. To be fair, I didn't see any previews at all. I really honestly just wanted to support Ryan and Michael. It was so heavy on me, y'all. I had prayed like 4 times by the time it got to the middle of the movie.
Stop the cap.
And the scene where Cornbread came back to the house, shortly after his scene, that next scene made me leave. I couldn't take it. I caught a message that made me start calling on God. Like I was just saying, my God, My God, I kept saying that, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to disturb nobody from trying to like watch the movie, but it was so much to it, y'all, that I was like, I can't, like, I have to leave, I have to go pray. So I left.
Yeah, yeah, I believe this.
You think
All
that's
right,
what
let
she?
me
You
not.
think she really prayed when she like left?
I
I'm
think she's lying.
again. I'm not I don't claim to know her, but for me myself in Genesis, like we speak in the background sometimes, and certain topics or things that you'll have on your channel, certain topics will be a little too heavy for me spiritually. And again, this is no slight of shade to anybody. This is just my personal belief and my personal ideologies. But what I'm saying, like sometimes I just can't indulge or allow things in my ear gate and my eye gate,
Okay.
depending on what the situation is. So I'm not slighting or shading anybody for how you feel or how you believe, because some people, some people take it as it's just art. Some people just take it as, light or whatever that it's gonna be. But some people do take those things seriously. Now, whether she's serious about how much she prayed in the movie theater, I'm not sure. I wasn't with her. But at least for me, I do. I don't really. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I didn't see the movie, but I did, I read the reviews on it and I read what it's about, and I really don't indulge in the horror genre.
Mm.
Just on the spiritual side of it. You know what I'm saying? And again, I just don't even like, again, like I said, on a normal, just blatant level or a regular natural level, I'm just not paying just for somebody to scare me in the dark. So I just don't like
Damn.
stuff like that anyway.
I actually love horror movies because what I would say I used to binge a lot of Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett lectures and stuff, right? And study a
Mhm.
lot of occult science, right? And one thing I
Mhm.
would say, horror movie helped me to not be afraid of certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I would, if you tell me, oh, the devil wrote this book, I would read that shit just to see what's inside. Because
Right.
watching so much horror, like I'm desensitized from, like I'm not afraid of horror movies, but these
Right.
the black horror movies, that is
Mhm.
most scary to me type shit. Or I
Right.
watched a movie named what was that movie when them two girls got stuck on that tower when they was adrenaline junkies climbing to way at the top of that tower and they couldn't come down? I forgot what it was. Like shit like that would most scare me, like some real life shit that could happen. But Chucky or some shit like that,
Right.
that's not likely to scare me. Like come the
Right.
fuck on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I would just, and also, and I agree with you because Freddy Krueger, Jason, and all, those type movies, like
Oh, I
those
hated
movies
Freddie.
right, right. But those movies back in the day, they, as a child, I mean, I guess growing up, they scared, put,
Mhm, yeah.
a
Me
little
too.
bit. But once I, grew up, I'm just like, man, this stuff ain't real, that, whatever. But to me, things are, these horror movies. To me, I've seen the evolution. It seems like they're evolving more spiritually, and they're tapping into a different realm
Right, right.
that I'm not, from like I'm not really comfortable with. So for my just for my mental sanity or my protection, I just don't engage or indulge in certain movies and things like that. But that's just my personal preference. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And let's let Lil King to the stage and Young Riaz, you could chime in if you want to also just before we
Okay.
play the clip.
Okay. So probably to. Okay.
Go ahead. And you got it right after Lil King.
Okay. So basically, to me, I rather watch horror movies in the day and not in the night, though, because I used to get nightmares. Because
This
at
nigga
nighttime.
scared. This nigga
That's
scared.
all.
I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. You got it, bro. You got it.
No, that's cool. I got you though, man. No, that's just how it is though. No, probably I just tap on a different kind of frequency. That's why I feel like though, probably at nighttime, probably like if I watch the horror movie at night, I probably get nightmares and stuff like that. Maybe that's why though.
You know this thing
Uh,
as humans, our senses is heightened in the night. So I could see us being more scared of shit in the night than in the day. Cause we just not night creatures like that. You know what I'm saying? But yo,
mm,
young Rias, you let me ask you this and don't take this the wrong way, but you on the autistic spectrum?
you're correct. I don't take no offense. You're actually right though, man.
Okay,
You're
okay.
correct.
Okay, just wanted to know because I work with autistic people before, so I kind of picked up on it
Now,
and shit.
my daughter is autistic, and we watched the movie together. And
Okay,
she
that's
saw,
cool. That's cool.
the whole time we were watching the movie, the only thing that she saw was the actual like, oh, okay, well this movie was shot in a grid format. Like it was crazy. I was like, bro, a grid
Oh, your daughter's in the movies like that,
like
like
she's
the
in
technical part of the stuff.
yeah, she like
Oh, that's what's
understood
up.
how he shot the movie. It was in a grid format. Everything was shot very symmetrically. Like she was able to break everything down, like from a whole nother aspect of what I was even like looking at. I was like, what?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got a
I just
partner
can
that
see.
I got a partner that's how he is because he works on shit behind the scenes. So we might watch the movie one way, but he's looking at the movie as a matter of fact, you know who's like the two sometimes this nigga Fighter, because Fighter he be on his cameraman shit. So a lot of times he might chop it up about shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay,
you
that's
you
So
cool.
got it.
it wasn't even
Wait,
about what the movie was about. It was more about like how it
The
was shot.
technical, yeah, the technicality of
just
it.
So yeah, so
okay.
technically
I'm
the
more of
thing
the
was shot.
story.
Yeah.
You say what?
So I was gonna say basically though, I was gonna ask this question, which level of the spectrum is your data on? No, me, I'm high on the spectrum though, so I'm high functioning. So I could
Yeah,
just be,
for
I'm
sure.
just like, mm-hmm, yeah.
Did you let me ask you this before we go move on to Lil King, right? Did you watch the movie by any chance?
Not really. I heard about it though, and it's pretty interesting from what I'm hearing though. I might give it a go later on though, but I've not watched the film though, but
Support the
based on
black,
what I've been hearing though, it's pretty good.
yeah, support the black creators, man. What about you, Lil King?
Okay.
You seen the video? The movie Sinners. Damn, your microphone sound like Radio Shack is back. You know what I'm saying? Close down Radio Shack. This nigga bringing it back.
It's like
Yeah, let me see if I can fix. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, nah, you gotta come back. I'll
here,
come back in. I got all the boxes
I
checked.
just have a
Okay.
question though. Like for so what does everybody really feel about the fact that what do they think about the significance of like the whole reason why they actually end up having to fight the vampires was because the Asian chick was so concerned about her daughter back in town, and she bit the guy's arm and says, come on in." And I'm like, "What the hell?" Like,
Because you gotta realize in hostile situations, some people is gonna have an emotional response. Like when you in the heat of the moment, most people gonna have an emotional response. They're
but
not
what
gonna
do you think
think
that's saying
straight.
about Asians? Do you think it's saying that
And they
Asians are
got her
very emotional?
husband.
I don't
But
think
no,
it
I'm
says
saying
nothing
what
about. I don't think it says nothing about Asians. I think it says something about women. Because look at
mm,
this. That's a mother, and she's thinking about her daughter. She's like most mothers when it comes to their kids. They like fuck everything, fuck reality. My kids, you know what I'm saying? It's just she just made an emotional decision, and it's understandable. Her mother instinct
I don't
Absolutely.
think it
thinking.
was really about like
Absolutely.
that the like the fact that that race is very family orientated and that she'd be very close to like that and like
You
she
know
would
what though? I think a black person would have done the same thing or similar. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Especially when it comes to protecting your kids. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I don't think Asians are more family orientated than black people. I think most people that are like on some, all right, I'll keep it a buck. Most people that's below a certain type of tax bracket be more family orientated, and when you get higher up, it don't be that much. It be about legacy, yeah, but it don't like have that reunion tight knit. You know what I'm saying? People rely on each other more the more poorer they are. You know what I'm saying? The more richer you are, it don't be that deep. You know what
because I'm like I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out why didn't just throw her ass out when she started wilding out the first time.
I
Then
mean?
she
Why didn't throw her out? Hey man.
throw her ass out with her husband. Okay, you want to be with your husband? Take your ass up out of here so we can like wait till the morning. Crazy bitch.
Yeesh. Look,
But
she
I don't
wasn't
know.
even thinking straight because look, she's looking at her husband, looking at the other dude, eating the other dude on the ground, and it's just like it's nothing. You know what I mean? She wasn't thinking straight. She was emotional. They say that they about to go and
Okay,
get her
okay,
daughter
so
at the
say
top.
if this was a real situation,
And this
right?
is back in the day too,
Hold
right?
on.
They
Do
ain't
you
seen no
think
shit
that
like
if
that.
somebody was
Yeah.
wilding like that, that you probably wouldn't be like, man, listen, well, probably because you probably wouldn't expect her to have done what she ended up doing at the end. But I'm like, if she's wild like that, she want to go with her husband, and we trying to protect herself on the inside. Wouldn't you be like, okay, well, just go with your husband, just push your ass outside?
Nah,
Like,
but you gotta remember, and DJ Genesis, that's you being emotional also. Like me, if I was in there, I would have tried to. Already got the numbers. If I push her out, no, they get one more, and I got one less to fight with them type shit. So I'm not trying to have nobody else turn into shit.
but
I'm
isn't the
gonna
whole
pull the
objective
gun. I'm about to pull the pistol out and tell her if she try to go there, I'll shoot her. So no, they don't got an extra one, and I don't got a. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give them
right?
an extra one if I'm losing one on my side. It's like if I'm playing chess and instead of you just, I'm giving up my pieces.
So
Nah, I'm not about to do that
she
shit.
end up like burning. She end up like even like crashing out and doing the wrong thing anyway.
Yeah, and that's why in
No,
battle
she
you can't.
killed one of them, except she just let herself burn up because
Yeah, she was
yeah, it
wild.
was crazy. But I mean, at the same time, that was the same part when they was telling everybody to leave, and her husband wanted to stay, and she was like, "No, we got to get back to you know what I'm saying to their daughter, this, that, and the third." So he went out to go get the car, but he had told everybody to leave. That was the same time that they all pretty much left. But dude initially wanted to stay. But his wife was like, no, like we gotta get back. We gotta go home. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, their daughter
So
needs
that's
them.
showing like so that's showing the dynamic of sometimes a woman could be like telling her husband what something to do and pressure the husband to do something that puts him in a
Guess I'm
dire.
like, if they would have just waited a few more hours, you know what I'm saying? The husband would have stayed in there, they all would have been straight. But I know they didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, they know it was vampires. They just, I don't know what they thought it was.
Well, shoot, no, that the hoodoo lady, she figured she knew what it was. She
Yeah, I was
figured it out.
mad when the hoodoo lady died. I was that shit. I was like, what the
Oh my
fuck?
god, that was
I
And when the
know.
brother died, I felt that shit because like knock on wood, I wouldn't even want to, man, I wouldn't even want to imagine if that was my own. Like that was crazy. And that's his twin too. He's literally looking at himself bleed out. That is crazy to me.
yeah.
Them two parts is the parts that fucked me up. The parts when the hoodoo lady got it, and the part when the twin got it. And also when the
When it
big
was
dude when he got to. That was kind of crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I missed. So did you see like the when the credits got when they was in the blues club and stuff like that and how they came back out? Did you see that part?
I saw the
Yeah.
what the guitar player.
You talking
Yeah.
about
So
when he went back to the church?
no.
At the end.
The
Fast
credits were
forward.
rolling, and then
Mhm.
they, just like how Marvel movies do.
Mm.
He had like two different. I missed the last Marvel scene where I guess he was singing at the church, but there was another Marvel scene, kind of like at the end, like they'll like roll the credits, then they'll stop the credits and like play another thing. Did you see that part?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the whole thing that they came back? Those ones. So you think it's gonna be a part 2 and 3 and 4 and 5?
I think and I think it should be, and how the movie ended, it only would make sense. But I just don't know if they're not continuing these niggas movie. Like which one of them black horrors got continued? I think people fighting them to not continue their movies, but I think how the story ended, it would only make sense. You know what I mean?
What year this movie came out? Y'all talking about?
This just came out when
Yeah, this
last week.
weekend.
Oh, this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
like
new release. Oh, it's a new
hmm
release. Okay, it's called The Sinners.
no, just
Sinner.
sinners.
Sinner. Okay.
Sinners.
All right, cool. I'm gonna look out for it.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear about it till my brother told me about it. And he
Right.
doesn't even like movies like that, but he said he liked it.
Right. I didn't really see
I
any
think the
promos
crazy.
about it as well. But when I heard Michael B. Jordan, I was like, okay, I'll look into it. But again, like I said, it's just a personal preference of mine. I'm not, I don't really normally run to see a horror movie in
Mm.
general, white or black. That's just
You're
my
scary, cause you scary.
yeah,
Hey,
God is
yo,
God is not giving me a spirit of fear, but a little power and a sound mind. But I'm just like, I'm a little careful what I put in my ear and my eye gate. I'm just like,
respectfully. Hey, yo, I don't know. I mean, there's one movie. I love.
And I like the end how he got rid of all the motherfuckers. So that
Yeah,
whole
and
place.
DJ
Yeah, man, there was a white couple that was sitting next to me. They were so excited when all the white supremacists got shot up at the end.
They
I
were
was like,
excited. Well, they
yeah,
cheered.
I was like, I don't know how to feel, but they were like younger generation. They weren't like older white people. You know what I'm saying?
They were like cheering, like, yeah, get them.
Yes.
That's my.
What?
And I was yes, and I was like, I don't know how to feel, but I'll
I
take
think
note
some
of
of
it.
them, I think some of them, especially the younger ones, they're ashamed of the older ones that be like openly racist. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because man, I'm telling you, it was a different feel. Like when I went to go see The Butler, yikes. Like you could cut the tension with a knife in that theater. But like with this one, yeah, with the younger white people, like, yeah, they're a little their attitude is different and their reaction is different.
Right? They're like, get up, get them.
Yeah, I think. Well, at least again, my perspective again from living in New York, and that's a melting pot of cultures. I think it's a bit different now because you have more mixed race couples or mixed race kids and things like that. So I think they're more open to the idea. Now the older generations, you're not changing them or anything. And but
Yeah, and I don't think New York got that much. I don't think New York got no close, not even close to some segregation shit. It's too much
yeah.
melting pots. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's true. Everybody's a little piece of mix with everybody. You know, like we so close together. It's hard to be racist in New York. You be like, well, damn, we were just hanging out last Tuesday. What's that about? So
Yeah,
yeah,
they gotta
I
be
went
one
there
of
the whole theater
everybody.
was
They
black.
gotta be one of everybody from every part of the world. One of,
yeah,
at least one of everybody's in New York. You know what I mean?
right. And you either work with somebody from a different culture, you live with somebody from a different culture, you date somebody from a different culture, or somebody's in your family from a different culture. So it's really hard to be racist in New York. But I just said this. I think the younger white generation, I think they're just I think they come from a different cloth than their predecessors, I guess, or that whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, you know how a movie's good when you leave out the movie theater. And I was talking to my daughter, like, okay, so what do you think this meant? What do you think this meant? Man, this lady that was walking in front of us, like, shit, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you what it meant.
Oh my god.
Lord Jesus.
Let's continue this clip,
Tell
and
you what it meant.
y'all could chime in on the clip, but I want to continue this clip and because I'm running on 15% energy. Yeah.
I walked out. I might try to go finish it. If you're gonna go see it, please pray before you go see it. Please guard yourself. It is heavily spiritual. It is heavily spiritual, 100% through and through.
I want Jordan Peele to come out with some type of religious and spiritual psychosis movie because y'all be going through it. Oh my God, now Sinners is demonic. First of all, logically speaking, why would you as a Christian get up out of your bed, go purchase ticket for a movie called Sinners? Y'all honestly shouldn't even be in the movie theater since Passion of the Christ, if I'm being honest, because everything is demonic. Trust me. It's so funny how y'all pick and choose the trendy topics to notice that it's demonic because the same woman, it was a girl that I saw like, yeah, I'm not gonna see that's the demonic, but she sits and does baddie reviews. You don't find Zeus demonic too? You can't feel the spirit when you watching that? Y'all are weird and y'all are frauds, religious frauds. I've noticed this. Black people in the Christianity community always take pieces of Christianity and use it when it benefits them. They still having sex out of wedlock, babies out of wedlock, eating pork, eating seafood. But Lord, please do not go see a vampire movie. You're demonic. You're going to be possessed, and the Holy Spirit is, oh, I don't know, the world is just crazy. But you're listening to Sexy Red on your way to see the Sinners movie. Shut up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I understand some people, you know what I'm saying, that's highly spiritually receptive might not want to be around certain shit, but people who could watch some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying, is like,
Right.
look, man, your tolerance is different. You know what I mean? You
Right,
gotta love
and I just want to chime in. I just want to say, hey, first of all, I do not listen to Sexy Red, and I don't even like
right.
seafood. But hey, I was like, seafood is bad too. I didn't even know that part. But again,
Okay.
She talking about like more Christian, like more strict, like on some Bible thumper type stuff. I think that's
right, like more stringent. I get that point. That's why I said I'm not claiming to be holier than
The
thou.
ones that every time they see something online, they be like,
Oh Lord, somebody.
To me, that is more of a religious person than because a spiritual person
Right,
could
exactly.
explain to you like, you know what, this shit ain't sit right with my spirit, but a religious person just doing it just
Out of
because.
religion, out of routine, and things like that. That's why I said I'm
Mm.
not claiming to wear turtlenecks and dresses down to my ankles and nothing like that. I'm not a nun. I've had a child out of wedlock myself. However, I do believe in a higher power. I try to stick
Okay.
on a full basis and things like that. So I mean, at least I try to. But again, I'm not perfect, so I'm not gonna sit here and go, like I believe in everything. But the things I can control, I just don't, And again, like I say, it's not even like it's a little piece of spiritual, but I just don't like being scared. So that's not my thing. I'm more for comedies, romantic comedies, and things like that. Those are my type of movies. That's my genre. So just to go and be scary, I don't like that stuff. So that's just my thing.
Yeah, that just means you're scared. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with being.
Okay, I'll be real though.
And by the way, I
I'm
like
kind
Sexy
of
Red. I ain't gonna hold you. Well, Glow, I fucks with Glow way more than Sexy Red.
okay. I mean, look, I get you on that. I'm a practicing Muslim and I listen to like UK rap and everything like that. Though I'm more of a moderated type approach type thing.
Haram. Drill rap is haram. You a Muslim and you watching you listen to drill. That's haram.
I don't listen to drill always. I listen to grime.
Okay. We got another Muslim brother up here,
Fuck
little
nigga,
kid.
keep God in your life.
You know
Fuck
what I'm
nigga,
saying?
keep God in your life.
Yeah, but look, man, look, I'm telling you that I'm of the opinion music is not haram unless you make it haram, though. I can listen to it, but I'm very strong enough, though, that I don't act on it at all. I'm very practicing, though.
Okay.
Practicing, some moderate. That's how I feel.
And shout out to Machine. And shout out to Machine and Red Pill Ranger in the motherfucking chat. Red Pill Ranger, did you see the movie Sinners? And let me get back into the clip in the DJ. You had anything before we hit play?
No, that's it.
I appreciate it.
It is 2025. If you don't believe in that white man religious quietly, we don't want to hear it no more. We are way past that slavery giving religion. If you're going to believe in it, do it quietly. Please don't fearmonger. Thank you.
It's always quite interesting to me that demons and devils are always brought up with everything except for that almighty dollar. And it's always fictional things that everybody's like, oh, that's demon, that's the devil. But there's nothing more devilish than capitalism.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Money is not evil.
Thank
you. Know
you.
What I'm saying?
Thank you. It's how you use it. Like, and again, how you gonna pay your rent and your bill? So paying your rent is demonic.
Right. And the most time I thought about some evil shit is when I was broke. The most time I thought about some evil shit, I was broke. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna hold you.
Right.
See, I don't know how money is evil. You know what I mean?
See, that's how when people take things out of context and they go left with it, it's like, okay, come back.
There's nothing more demonic, there's nothing more treacherous than the almighty dollar. You ain't getting on here rebuking Benjamin, are you? You know Andrew Jackson more than you know the Lord. But okay.
I mean, people go to the movies and watch any old thing, and then they wonder why, like, they having, like, problems with sleeping and demonic attacks and stuff. Like, you can't say that you know God and Jesus and you just put anything before your eye gate. That don't make sense. And how can you not look at a trailer and see that this is a demonic movie? If you can't tell that it's a demonic movie, well, come on now. I mean, I just think that's so funny. You know, people be quick to be like, oh, you know, I'm going to church, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but they got crystals in their house. They doing yoga, they burning incense and sage and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, there is a great divide that God is already causing to happen, but
the hell's wrong with
you don't even know what side you on.
And you on that sage and crystal, you on that earthy stuff they say, DJ Genesis. You a hotel.
Right, but does she put like a diamond ring on her thing when she want to get married?
Right,
excuse me.
And she blowed candles and make wishes on her birthday. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right.
Hey, excuse me, real quick. I don't mean to bother you. I'm going to get right back to bed. I just so happened to have got up, used the restroom, and I heard something, and I must make the correction. Yeah.
Nigga, go back to sleep, man.
No, I'm going to go back to sleep. Man.
Nah,
Nah, go
listen.
ahead. What you heard? What you
I'm
heard?
not gonna lie, bro. I got up. I gotta get some water, bro. And I mean, my shit's on. So look,
We
right.
still simulcasting on your channel too.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. That's why I could hear. That's why I got my computer on. So like, look, I just want to get off this one, bro. Look, we don't make it up as we go. If it says it in the Quran, you know, it's not what you feel like. No, no, that in itself is haram. That is shirk. No, 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 no. It's exactly what it says, and you go by that. It's not how you feel. It's not how you want it to be. And that is the distinguishment that we make in that. And I just wanted to make that very, very clear. And when it comes to no, 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 wait, please, please, please. I'm getting off, please, please, please.
Okay.
I think he was adding on to what you were saying, but go
Yeah, I
ahead.
know. Somebody got some noise. I don't know what that is.
I think that's Riaz. I got you.
Yeah, thank you. So my point is that to land it, yes, what she just said on there is very true. I definitely live by that, and everything I read goes by that. You are to guard your ears, guard your eyes, and guard your tongue. You guard your eyes from what it is that you see. That's why certain things I just choose not to view. There are certain things at times I would choose not to listen to, but you know, we can't help what comes across us. So what she said is extremely true. You are to make sure that you guard your spiritual temple. It's very, very important. And yes, Brother Riaz, don't you ever try to make up anything with the Quran. It says what it says, and that is it. Inshallah, you have a beautiful night.
Yeah, I definitely agree with him on that.
Mashallah.
I wanted to ask him how he felt about that Onaja girl. If she really is real with that respect to the law. But
Peace to the law. Peace to the law.
I'm really not even being funny. I really want
That
to know.
lady is so wrong,
Was
man.
that
But
for real?
may Allah protect her and guide her wherever she goes.
Is she for real or is that a joke? Because I'm not being
She
funny
is
because
so
I'm not
wrong. I
Islamic.
think
So
she in jail right now.
no, she's out. She's in Brooklyn. She's in Brooklyn running around. She's in New York running around town.
They sent her back.
Yeah, they should be.
So y'all talking about the lady who went to the Middle East to get married?
Yes, to go get and she another one went to go get a 19-year-old husband or something like that. And she was in Dubai and they over there.
And the 19-year-old husband said he loved her, and
He did, and now he did an interview too. Now she back over here in New York, acting a straight fool, talking about respect to the law, respect to the law, respect to the law, respect to the law.
Oh,
So
I'm about to go interview her. I'm about to link up with Friday. We gotta meet her.
So she got married?
No, as far as I know, she's not married. But the young man that she was supposed to marry, he was saying, I didn't duck her because the story was that
He did that so he could go viral.
Yeah. So the story was that she went over there looking for him and he was ducking her, but he said he wasn't ducking her. But I didn't hear them say that they got married.
No, he hung out with the family and everything. The mom was taking care of him and everything, but something
Right.
happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't that part because when she left out of Pakistan, she went to Dubai, and then from there it was like she kind of faded out a little bit. But now they shipped her back to New York. She's right back in New York right now. Mm-hmm.
And shout out to my boy Freezer, aka West Coast Freeze. Freezer, you seen the movie? I'm glad you missed the fucking spoilers if you didn't see the movie. Appreciate you, Freeze. He said, "What up, Doc? Appreciate you for the motherfucking super."
Money counting team. Money counting team. Money counting team. Money counting team. It's so exciting.
I'm getting money now. Don't know what to do.
All right, let's play the clip.
Because he done put you on a certain side. You just don't know that you on that other side. Just seeing a lot of people talking about sinners and, oh, you need to go and pray. That movie that just came out and it's really demonic. It's with a whole bunch of black people and, and they talking about just pray before you go. If you're going to go watch, you go pray before. Why pray before you go? Just don't go. Because you don't even have to go. Did you know that? Like you literally don't even have to participate or pay to see such filth. But these are the same people that watch any old thing in their house. They watch anything come through their house, and they wondering why they hearing footsteps in the house or having demonic attacks or sickness in their body. I mean, just a number of things. I'm not saying it is always caused because you caused it. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a lot of people that have different ailments and things like that going on. But you can't tell me that it's okay as a follower of Christ to just go sit and put anything before your eye gate and not have any discernment to say, I can't watch this. Like, when I look at the trailer, I can't watch this. I even heard somebody say one time, well, it's just make believe. All they're doing is playing around. It's not real witchcraft. What is the difference between make believe and real witchcraft?
You know what though? She do got a point though, because rituals is make believe. You know what I'm saying? You do something,
Right.
you make believe you're doing something, so it could actually have something actually happen in another realm. So
So it
it
can
is
actually
kind of make
manifest.
believe.
Exactly. So it can actually manifest, and you know, what I mean, you breathe life into it, you speak life into it until you actually see it, coming to fruition, and it does what you want it to do, whether it be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's again that's the only thing I was just saying. Again, to each his own, and I'm not judging anybody, and I'm not shaming anybody that want to, engage in divulge in that. I personally just don't, but I understand what she's saying. Hmm.
I mean, ain't that what the Jehovah Witnesses say? Don't watch movies that have like some evil spirit on them or whatever.
Man, Jehovah Witness got the most rules out of all the
Yeah,
Christian denomination.
yeah, you can't really kind of use them as an example because they on some other type level. They take the word and twist it and use it for their own type of gain anyway. So that
Okay,
they'll
that's interesting though. That's interesting though. I'm basic as any, but I got Sufi roots though. Like my family connected to Sufis, but we practicing Sunnis though. So it's more of on a deeper level. Not like other Sufis that you see though. It's not that type of Sufism.
Police! Police!
For let's let Smitty to the stage one more time. It look like he
Okay.
can't get some. He can't go to sleep. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Go
no,
ahead.
no. I had to no. I have to come up here to stop the simulcast. I can't stop it.
No, we better wrap it up just now. So I think I could
Well, I'll just leave it there. I came up here to stop the shit, man. I'm trying to eat.
I think I could stop it for you. Let me see. I think,
Yeah, that's all, bro. All right, y'all. Good night. Bye.
all right, peace.
Okay, cool. But she has a point though. I see where she getting at.
Before we like get off of here, the main thing that this movie was about was talking about music as a vibration, and and going back into like the blues thing, and then going from the past before that, going into like African drumming, and then moving forward. You have like a George Clinton type of person that's playing like electric guitar. You have people break dancing. You have like the Chinese dancers and stuff like that. So, and talking about the ancestors. So
And
now,
you know what I got from it as with the music part too. Genesis, the vampires they could bite somebody and then have a certain level of control over them, but the control is nowhere near the level of control the music had over the living and the dead, because the music was more powerful than that vampire shit. That's why they wanted to covet the young man's musical talent. You know what I'm saying?
He said he wanted his songs.
Wait, so bit. Well, that very much. It's like music something to. Oh, god damn it, sorry. I was just trying to say that basically. I kind of agree with you on that. So it's like a frequency when it comes to the music thing, though. Now I can see you on.
Yeah, definitely.
And not to be funny, in Christianity, who was the angel of music?
Lucifer.
Oh yeah.
Before he was cast down. So that's why a lot of again,
Mhm.
it depends on which sides of the coin that you see it on. That's why a lot of choir directors in the Christian church are a little bit flamboyant. That's why a lot of corruptions in the music industry, things like that. But again, I'm not here to preach. I'm just pointing
And
out.
if you look at it,
No, that's
music,
facts.
and if you look at it, music is used to influence us heavy. Like
Right.
commercials got music.
Right.
Which
It's a
commercial don't got
universal
background
language.
music? That's a fact.
And music is the universal language. Whether you speak whatever language you speak in life, you hear a beat, you tap your feet, you know what I mean. It can
Mhm.
translate into different realms. This and the third. It could speak to your heart because music it translates to the pulse and into your vibration. and it hits, you know what I mean? Some songs, you know, just hit your soul. It hit your, you know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, like, or you remember where you were at a certain time in a certain period in time when a certain song plays.
Yeah,
So
different songs move you different ways. Because
right.
if you look at it, the slower songs, when the club, when the DJ boy to play the last song, they
Yeah,
play
about
that
to wind
slower
down.
song. They
Uh-huh.
make you more intimate with each other.
Yep,
When they want
yep,
you to turn
yep.
up, they play more faster
Yep,
music
yep,
because they have your heart beating
yep.
faster. And
Absolutely.
even if you look at back in the days, different eras for different drugs they was on. When James Brown was popping, I know they was on that cocaine. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's different drugs, different music set different tones for different shit even because elevator music is a calmer music. You in an elevator, you scared. This shit is going up and down. That is a calmer
Right.
music to slow down
Absolutely.
your heart rate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. I kind of get you. And I just basically like, for example, the Kote prayer for Muslim. You kind of, it's like you're singing it though. You know the way the Muslim Kote pray and stuff like that. Some, it's you know, like it's like a form. They're like form of singing it though, or like basically when you're reciting and stuff like that. Yeah, some choose to like sing it in a way though because it actually gets them on a deeper frequency though. It's like a form of singing though the way they recite or call and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Any other final considerations before we get on up out of here? I'm glad we ain't spoiled the movie too much. If I was somebody listening to us, I would have still watched the movie. So I don't think we violated. You know what I mean? I want to send y'all to Drip. It looked like Drip is still talking about Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to send y'all right after this. Anybody we got Mel is new to the channel. Young Riaz, I can't remember you on the channel. Anybody get anything they want to promote?
Yeah.
They want to post their channel in
Okay.
the chat.
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, actually, I recently connected you today, though. I actually used to catch your replays, though. So you know me, though, before the
Yeah,
connecting. I
I
used to,
always see you comment on the replay and I appreciate that shit too. Appreciate the replay again.
Yeah,
yeah,
Riaz
you're
be over at
welcome.
my channel. He's cool.
Oh, he's your people's. All right, he
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And I
He was
got
about
my,
to run your pockets after the show, but you seem like you cool. We ain't gonna run your pockets. You know what I'm saying? You good over here.
that's
Riaz
cool,
be
that's
everywhere.
Of
Unless you
course, I
wanna,
love to support. I,
unless you wanna freely open your pockets, so we also appreciate that. Also, you know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, I'll probably start cheering you out, though. That's my other way of supporting. Sometimes if it doesn't seem like I don't doing it, I support you in a different way. Either I'm mostly coming though, or I just share you out though.
And
That's
you
my
know what
way of
though?
support.
And you know what? Supporting us with your time is more valuable than money because time is money, but you can't make it back like you could make the other money. So we definitely appreciate you coming through and blessing us
Okay.
with your presence.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that though. And plus, I got my own thing as well. I'm creating as well. Like 2 years I've been doing this creating thing.
Okay. What about you, DJ Genesis? Well, everybody on this end, we know DJ Genesis, and I'm pretty sure everybody here subscribed to Lauren. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check out Mel's World 25. That's at Mel's World 2525. You know what I'm saying? Go check her out. NYC in the building. And definitely come back through Mel. You know what I'm saying? You DJ Genesis people, you know what I'm saying? DJ Genesis is cool people's over here.
And I definitely wanted to say thank you for having me, and I appreciate y'all for welcoming me and embracing me in the conversation. This is really really dope, and I appreciate the different perspectives and just having a great conversation. I love things like this, so I definitely will be back, and I definitely will be tuned into y'all. And thank you, Genesis, for inviting me up on panel, and thank you guys for having me.
No doubt.
That was
No
awesome.
problem.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Anybody else before we get on up out of here? I'm about to play some music. It's gonna
keep God in your life.
It's gonna. Oh, we're gonna. Oh, I got you. We're gonna play the song requested by Lil King, and this stream is gonna automatically send you to Drip. Make sure you let him know we sent you. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep the party going. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy your motherfucking Friday.
Keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, you need to praise the Lord or Allah or Yahweh, whoever you believe in. Get connected. Come on. Hey, look. Ha. God blessing all the trap. Put duct tape over their mouth. Put duct tape over their mouth.